Welcome in lesson 3 of building LocalStack manager with JavaFX. So in last lesson we have added the main components of the window. App looks like that at the moment. So yeah, nothing fancy. We have those tabs, menu, some left sidebar with the logo. And what we have to do now, and what we should do, actually not we have to, but we should do, is like nice to have. Because of the fxml files are growing quite fast, and we should have like separate controllers for different elements. That's very nice approach. We should actually include a functionality to trim some elements from that from the bigger fxml, move it into different files, and just include that file in that main fxml. So we can do that now. Let's keep the left hand side because that one is not going to be complicated now. It's just that left bar with some logo, so there's no need to move it to this separate section, but that vbox we can move to different file. So what we should do, we should create a new fxml file. Let's name it main window content, like that. We have fxml. By default it's adding that anchor pane for us, but that's not what we want. We don't have controller yet. We're not going to talk about controllers yet, so let's keep it as it is. Sizes, now we don't need sizes, but here we don't want actually anchor pane. We have to go here to our fxml and trim that center section. Let's remove all the entire vbox stack. So I did Control X. I'm going to main window content file. I will paste it, and here we have the width and height. And what we have to take from that anchor pane section is that is required, otherwise you're gonna get errors, because from those locations XML gets the gets, sorry, did I cut everything properly? Let me have a look. Let's do that now. Yeah, the XML and fxml are getting definitions of those elements, right? So if we go to that address, we should see like definitions of those elements. So if you ever study XML, you should know about that, right? fxml is just like XML, nothing fancy, and HTML is basically not much different from XML. So yeah, XML is a big daddy of those. So right, so remember to copy those. We should use Control to remove those elements, and yeah, it should be fine. Let's see. So in main XML, you need to go back to that center section, and we remove that vbox from here. We have to go here and do fx include, and as a source we have to pass the path to included to the included window, and we have to close that tag. I use Control, Option, and O to remove those unused imports. We can do the same here. So we removing the unused imports. Let's run the app and see how it works. We still have those elements that we removed. So to check it, let's go to main window, and yeah, let's go here. Let's run the app, and let's change that name untitled tab 1 to S3. So let's go to that file, untitled tab 1. That's the name of the tab. and let's name it to as AWS, like AWS S3, because if we're using LocalStack for AWS, so we will name that tab AWS S3. So it's working. Let's go to another tab and let's name it SQS. Maybe we want to manage SQS from that tab. So yeah, that's done. Kind of. We can do better than that, I think. What we can do now, because the tab pane will grow, because when we're adding something to tab, the tab will grow and grow. So we're going to work on the S3 tab now. So let's do the same. Let's do the same trick. Let's remove that anchor pane from the AWS S3 tab. Let's create here a new directory. Let's name it tabs. And in tabs, let's add a new fxml file and let's name it S3 tab. S3 tab. And here again, the same trick, anchor pane, yada, yada, yada. Like I said, we don't want to use controller at the moment. Sizes, now we have sizes, our sizes. And what we want to take is, again, the fxml definitions from here and remove that tag. Control Option O, let's remove unused imports. And we need to go back to that main window, and in that section when we removed that tab content, let's do fx include source. Let's select tabs directory, and in tabs let's select S3 tab fxml file, and we have to close the tag. Let's run the app and see if it's working. Yeah, it is working. So now in Scene Builder, we can go to that S3 tab. We can select, we can click right mouse button, open in Scene Builder, or we can go to Scene Builder actually and open it from here. Just navigate to that file and open it here, a new window, and here is our tab. Nothing fancy is happening here, but we're going to add some exciting elements there. So let's change the size now to something a little bit bigger, maybe 800 by 600, and within that tab we want to use maybe 3 columns. So let me just think about it. 3 columns is enough. Sorry, but I'm just slowing down, but I'm just thinking how to design that up. Yeah, let's maybe add hbox and use it as a columns. So in containers, we'll trying to locate hbox. Hbox will take the entire section. So let's go here and let's change the values here to 5. So it will be like spread across the entire that anchor pane, but it will be off by 5 pixels. So this is like how far it should be from the edge of the anchor pane. So we have the hbox, and in that hbox we can add different elements. We want 3 columns. One column for S3 will be, one column will be bucket names. Second column will be list of objects within that bucket, and the last column will be some action buttons. So like create new bucket, add upload file to bucket, etc. So we want to probably use VBox for that. Why VBox? Because above each like whatever the name is, table view, above each table I want to add a label above to know what that table contains. So let's select VBox and let's add VBox here. Like, let's use the 1/3 of that window. We have the VBox, and that will be VBox for bucket names. So here in that hierarchy section, I will go here and I will open that hierarchy display, and I will select the FX ID. I want to add IDs, and I will name that section like VB from VBox, and I'll name it VBox buckets. And above that VBox, sorry, not above the VBox. In the VBox, I want to see table view. So let's go to where we can find table view. Maybe controls. Yeah, that's table view. We want to add table view here. So yeah, let's make it bigger. And like I said, above the table view, we want to see a label that will be the name of item that is stored in that table, and I will name it. I will add the text here. Buckets. Let's add some padding to that. Maybe margin first to that label. So I'm selecting the label, right? It's selected, and here bottom margin I will set as 10 pixels, and padding. Let's set some padding, so it'll be 10 pixels from the left, and maybe 5 pixels from the top. So let's run the app and see how it looks like. Yep, it's something like that. We have our table, and we have the name of the items that are in the table. That will be list of the buckets. So let's do the same for the bucket files. So we have to go to containers. We have to again select VBox here, because now we dropping that in the HBox. Like you can see the hierarchy here. The VBox is VBox bucket. That VBox will be VBox VB files. So that's the VBox for files. Like, let's make it like a little bit wider. Maybe we can make that window even bigger. Yeah, it's not too big, so we should go here and change the sizes a little bit. So 920. Let's go here. Where was it? Sorry, main. And here 1920. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, much better, much better. So yeah, let's go to scene builder. Let's make that anchor pane bigger. Now it's 1800, so make it 1600. So let's make that section a little bit bigger. The HBox, sorry, the VBox. We need to select VBox and make it VBox a bit wider. And yeah, that VBox is done. So that VBox should be wider as well. We don't need very wide buttons, so let's make the file details a little bit longer. And in the VBox we need again table view. So let's drop table view to that VBox. We have table view, and the same, we need label. We need to drop a label here. Let's move the label down, sorry, up. The same, we need to set the same settings, so the margin from the top will be, where is margin top? 10 pixels, right? We have 10 pixels. That was 10 pixels. So those padding padding tab 5, let's use 10 everywhere, would be easier. 10 10 10. So margin bottom, that was 10 as I remember, 10, and we don't want to move that one 10 from the left. What we should do, we should go to VBox and do the spacing of, sorry, margin left for the VBox. We should do margin like 10 pixels as well. So we will separate those two table sections from each other. Yeah, looks quite cool. We have to go to and change the name of that, sorry, text of that label to bucket objects or bucket files, and another VBox section here for buttons. So let's go to containers, VBox again, let's drop VBox here. We have 3 VBoxes, let's call that VB actions or VB buttons. Let's go now here to that section, make it like a little bit wider, and let's go and drop some buttons there. So yeah, button, let's drop a button. Spacing, we will set spacing for the VBox maybe 20. Yep, sorry, 20. Buttons, and let's add some maybe paddings here. So padding from the top will be, I don't know, let's 20 pixels. And the button, let's make the button wider, and let's use 35 pixels. Make it 200 pixels, sorry, 200 pixels on width. And let's change the text. Let's add the text reload. Let's see how it looks like. It's alright, but we can do better. So we need to set the margin of that VBox margin right. We're going to set to 20 pixels maybe, or 10 to be consistent. And that VBox spacing. Yeah, so we can improve those values later on. And yeah, so that's basically it. We have we separated the fxml files a little bit, so it will be easier to work on them, because if you want to change anything on that S3 tab, we're gonna work just on that file. We don't, and look how it's growing. Yeah, we have quite few lines and there's nothing there. So imagine having everything in one. It will be very hard to locate the elements on that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And another lessons will improve our layout a little bit, and we'll add some actions to the buttons. Bye.